are you?
Yes, I'm fine. And how are you,
I'm fine. How
Taurus?
is your teeth?
Yeah, it is grafted and now bone perhaps is settling. It may take a couple of weeks before the doctor says, okay, then they will put the screw and implant.
But pain is not disturb you anymore.
Pain is there, so let the pain have play its role and I will play my role. Yeah, it's already gone, but yeah, let the play. Uh, so we are, yes, yeah, there is a pain. So I was experimenting if I don't take the painkiller, what happens? Nothing happened, I'm doing good. So, we are studying Eastern wisdom to study ourselves to find the real self in 40 steps. So, as we continue to study, we find there is a change in our lifestyle. It must be there. If the lifestyle does not change, then it means our journey is not taking place. So, what are the changes? Oh, will I get a boon and will I be able to win a lottery ticket? No. It has nothing to do with outside. It has to do with the inner transformation. Now, I'll be able to see the God. Yes, if you want to see the God, it is also possible. But ultimate goal is bring an end to the suffering, and second is awakening to that real self of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. It appears very simple. There is a real self, and here is a false I in between the ignorance. I have to remove the ignorance, the false I also merges. Finished, done. But it is very difficult because many reasons. One reason that comes to my mind was very interesting. That every time we wake up, we have our mind faces with the changing world. Whatever is changing is false. We have a clear definition of the false is temporary, false is constantly changing, false means that it is in between the real and the unreal, false means that what appears real, fact is that it is not real. I wake up in the morning, my mind identifies with the body, with the past impression again and again, good morning or bad morning, and the journey begins. So the master is saying that every day you wake up into the world that appears true, but it is not true. What should you do? Second problem, challenge is that we cannot see the real self and we cannot see the unreal. So there is also a mixture. I cannot see what is real, absolute reality, and unreal does not exist. So my mind keeps me on the thought that the real self is unreal. Why? Because I can't see it. I can't see it. In order to change that perception, we have the first verse with the 8 steps. And the second verse with the 8 steps is all about, or you can just leave one step in the end, the 16th step. So verse number 9, or the principle, the step number 9 to 15 is all about becoming a seeker in my thought, in my speech, in my action. How? By knowledge, by regular practice, by application, and we should also experience some change in behavior. So now, by following the first 15 steps, I become a seeker. Now, I have been saying once a seeker, always a seeker. So if you reach to that state of the mind, once a seeker and always a seeker. Now, sooner or later, we will find the real self. So in one way, the first 15 steps are extremely important to be implemented in our daily life. So the third verse now begins with yes, you can say 7 steps of the third verse is all about how to contemplate and reflect. And through the contemplation and reflection, if it goes to the higher level, one day it will happen. You are already in the state of meditation, so you spend an hour and you live into that meditation, and then you live into the meditative state throughout the day. But if you don't get it, then obviously then we have to do the regular practice. The fourth verse is all about how to bring about what are the changes that comes to in the lifestyle of a seeker. The lifestyle is totally changed. Inner transformation has an impact on the on our thought, and our speech, and our action, our behavior, our attitude, the way we respond to the things in the world. And the last one is all about, again, we go deeper, we understand what is this awakening. And so once we understand awakening, then I relate it to myself. Oh, yes, it is there. What is the highest state of meditation? So I understand, but I also experience. So it is more on the side of progress and the perfection. Now that we should do the Mangala Charan Shanti mantra, we should keep the mantra during the day. Mentally, Om Namah Shivaya is good. Listening and learning, contemplation, reflection, practice, experience, and daily analysis is important. Every day you sit, or it's better to make a journal. Every day, how many times I was upset, in anxious reaction, how many times. For you, it is better. How many times I became unconscious, habitually impulsive? That is another way to ask. Then ask the question, why? And then resolve it by discernment and dispassion before you fall into the sleep. So that will set a tone to your mind to become a seeker. So last time, it was understanding and applying the discernment daily in life is effortless mindfulness. I discussed that. So today let us understand how to solve the puzzle of all the sufferings in life. How to solve all the puzzles. Master says simply study the Eastern wisdom. So it should not be taken lightly when we say, oh, you study the Eastern wisdom and that will help me. No, just study. Don't ask whether it will help me or not. But when you start the studying and applying it, you will find the result. You will find the result. How long? The moment I wake up in the morning, do I remain aware of the knower inside? How I explained to you, I explained you by an example of a mirror. I look into the mirror, but I'm looking at myself. I'm aware of myself. Or you can say the knower. So when I look at the honey, I'm looking at myself. How come? My mind says that, look at this crazy girl. She did the thing wrong and, oh, I'm looking at myself. Hold on. Mind, calm down. Calm down. There is another way to say this thing. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Say, look, talking to the daughter and the daughter gets upset. That is okay. Whatever is happening outside is okay. But the reflection of that is disturbing you. Then you are not looking at yourself. Then you are not looking at yourself. Oh, just remember, oh, you're crying. You know what happened? That this couple from the New Zealand, they booked for a session and then they started. And I found something very interesting about this girl. And this, I told her, and she started crying. 10 minutes of the crying, and I said, very good. So now that crying should impact me? So no, I'm the knower. I am looking into the mirror of that girl, and she is in ignorance. I am not. Keep on crying. I should not be impacted by it. So, but anyhow, she calmed down after 10 minutes. She said that you were not with me. I said, why should I be with you in your crying? That is the only thing that I have to do. If every client is crying, so I should also keep crying. And that is going to strain your relationship. You are not just married. You both are the soulmate to each other. So you see, whatever is happening outside, it has a great impact on my mind. Why? Because of the past impression. That is one reason. Second reason is that sensory limitations. You are crying that I should also instantly I feel impulsively. Should I not feel it? No, you should feel love for everyone. Yajna. That is where the yajna comes. Yes, I should feel. Buddha says compassion for all beings. Compassion is expressed, good. Compassion is not expressed, that is also good. So then I explained to her that I was full of compassion towards you, but you did not express it. I said I need not to express it, but I was contemplating and reflecting that if you get out of this emotional upset, it will help you to build a stronger and affectionate relationship with the guy who is sitting near you. That is the mode of my compassion. Also, you have thought 5 steps in the future. I said yes. Is that so? Do you see that? Yes, this is compassion. Compassion means that I want to see that not even a bit of ignorance is left in you. But when you cry out of the ignorance, I may respond differently to the different people. But where is the problem? Problem is that if I live in ignorance and I am crying before you, then I expect that you should come and hug me and wash my tears. That is difficult for me to do. Maybe if you had been there, so I should have done it. But other way, if we go deeper, if I'm impacted, it is because of my sensory limitations. I am just confined to that limitation by the senses, and that creates an impression in my life, and these impressions are accumulated in my mind. That goes a long way. In the beginning, it is difficult. But as we continue to, let me do my nitya karma. I have come here to speak and to coach and to guide you. So let my focus remain on the guidance and the coaching. So that will help me break the sensory limitations. And it happens just by your awareness. Then I should recognize why we are and how to solve our goal is in this session that how to solve the puzzle of all the sufferings. What is the puzzle? The puzzle is that you are angry, so I should also be. You are egoistic, then I should also leave that. So, how to get rid of it? I should recognize the role of likes and dislikes in my life. The more and more I understand the role of likes and dislikes, one example, I like pasta, so I eat pasta. But pasta is very costly, so now I have to earn a lot of money to keep in the bank to eat pasta. That is the problem. How come I said this? Oh, yes, we should earn money. We should use that money in different projects of our life. In modern life, we should buy the computer, you should buy the car, social and the professional activities we should be doing. Everything is okay. But I want to feel that I am a rich person. That is the problem. So the likes and dislikes takes you to that level where the false I takes over the money, the false I takes over the pasta, the false I takes over my look. Now, if I don't have a right look, then how the world will recognize me. I said the world will definitely recognize. You look at the Abraham Lincoln. Physically he was ugly, and he is one of the best presidents known to United States. So every time you discern in your life about the likes and dislikes, why I want to dissolve these likes and dislikes whenever it comes to my life. In relationship, in some event, with the time, with the location, anywhere, I have to get rid of it. Because if I get rid of it, if I dissolve these likes and dislikes, in the very beginning, it will not take the form of a desire or it will not take me to the delusion. That is very important. Why? For in the life of a seeker, but make sure you understand it clearly. You like eating pasta, continue eating pasta. But now you are not obsessed, you are not deluded. If some other food also comes, you eat. So obsession has two parts, that I cannot do without pasta, and I should have more and more resources to continue to eat pasta. Tomorrow you die, who is going to eat? So I have an idea of that, Rich. But why we are talking about this? We want to help the mind to reach to that state of choiceless awareness. Choiceless awareness. It is not the choice free. It is, we say, choiceless. What it means? I like pasta. It is okay. It is living on the surface of my mind. I like pasta does not have an element of obsession and attachment. A preference. I like hot weather. I like cold weather. It's okay. But that liking is not causing any obsession, any attachment. I can do without it, without any reaction. And if that is possible, we are on the go. How it comes? By contemplation. What it means by contemplation? I'm asking the question and answering it. My mind says I cannot do with it, so I'm upset, because the pasta is not available. And so I have to contemplate what it has to do with getting upset that it is not available. And one reason that I give, you may give other reason. Your mind may give eat to live or live to eat. No, I have lot of challenges in my life. So you had challenges in waking up in the morning? No. Did you perceive it was a good morning? Yes. Where is the problem? My mind is running at 10 different things outside. Do you remember? RTT, Rati, Trapti, and Tushti. Possessions, to possess something gives me happiness. Food, palate gives me happiness. Sensual pleasure gives me happiness. I will continue to use minus they give me happiness. They give me pleasure, yes. It's okay. That is where the contemplation works. Pasta is lying in the kitchen, and Pasta says that, come on, and I'm attached to you. Another way of contemplation. How come the pasta can be attached to me? Whatever is matter, what appears prakriti, whatever comes from the past impressions, they do not even. I say here is a left hand. So I'm touching the right hand, I'm touching the left hand with the right hand. Does the right hand say to the right, does the left hand say to the right hand, don't touch me? It's purely matter. It has nothing to do with any sense of attachment, craving at all. This proves that this body is purely a matter. Even I'm moving it consciously. Both the hands don't know each other. They don't say it. That coordination is done by the mind. Mind is a reflected consciousness. So the more and more I'm reflecting it, I am detaching myself from the body. That detachment. You see, in order to reach to that sense of detachment, the Hatha Yoga says continue doing 50 postures or 100 postures, 5 years, 6 years, and now you are doing the Hatha Yoga postures and you are able to sit for more than 3 hours without any movement, no doubt. The swan also keeps standing still in the river, but the focus is on the fish. So you have achieved 3 hours of non-movement in the body because of your false eye. You have strengthened your ego. Oh, I have also been doing yoga. No, this has nothing to do with yoga. Yoga from the very beginning, it says you have to dissolve, minimize the occurrence of the false eye. Use the false eye for the right thing. Why I said so, contemplation, reflection brings this understanding in our daily life. What happens then? You can easily withdraw your mind from the objects outside. Easy withdrawal is there. So this contemplation and reflection, you may say it is something like intellectual detachment. Yes, intellectual detachment. I have understood. So now you have to apply that in practice. Apply that in practice. I have understood, my mind says my daughter is like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Okay. Did you think? Yes. Did you contemplate and reflect? Yes. But after all, she is my daughter. So I have to deal with her calmly. So now my practice will become that I have to treat her with calmly, whatever she says, which I don't agree. I give two examples. That has to be done in the office, in your life, when you're walking to the store. Why I'm saying so? Because it is going to change your mindset. It is going to solve the puzzles of unwanted reactions that is boiling in the mind. You know, if we are really highly intellectual, we control our anger and hesitation inside. And we fake that we are very calm outside. I have to get rid of that also. In a different way, I can say I have to get rid of that emotional reaction which I'm holding inside. I have to get rid of. What we are trying to do, the first 8 steps, that is what the master says, that get rid of this favorable and unfavorable situation. Favorable and unfavorable situation in your life. That is what the sin and virtue is. That is what the merit and demerit is. Any animal does not have sins and virtues. Tiger does not accumulate so many sins. They have to catch a prey every third day. Once they eat fully, or I would say little bit overeat, they keep sleeping for a couple of days because they have to digest the food, the raw meat. So these practices these steps are not for them. No, you have to wake up in the morning. Tiger doesn't wake up and see the strength. That is why people advocate for non-vegetarian. Really? What about the elephant? What is your opinion about the elephant? So have you seen the bison that is found in Yellowstone National Park in US? Bison. Very aggressive. Oh, rhino. They don't touch. How come they are so strong? So we try to put lot of excuses based on our likes and dislikes. I was watching one show and the women made a statement that if I have enough power, I will make every human being non-vegetarian. What is it in a vegetarian? That is not our journey. Now see what happens as you are doing all the 8 steps. Your mind is relatively free. I'm talking the highest state. What happens highest state? You remember you have to give 3 and 4 lessons or 1 lesson today, and then you have this agenda. Mind is still have to create, organize the life, outer life. But at a deeper level, I'm not the doer and the enjoyer. I'm not the doer at all. It is happening. Since you wake up in the morning, you are not attached to the waking state. You take a bath, you're not attached to the bathing. Like this, all the activity. That leaves the mind totally free and steady. So the first 8 steps, if I use and apply in the modern life, it makes your life very casual and easy because you are responsible. Your mind is actively organizing all the activities of the life consciously. When it is managed subconsciously, impulsively, then you feel tired, then you have lot of anxiety, then you have lot of reaction. Again, you go back to, you have to go and let deeperly contemplate and reflect on the Nitya Karma, Yajna and Karma Yoga. You see the result, Master says, you are able to eliminate the sins, favorable and unfavorable condition in your life. And then you start recognizing the defects in the world outside. You don't recognize the defect is here. You don't get upset. You don't react. You recognize, yes, that is good. Simultaneously, one more point I remember, Master used to say that whatever I learn, do I really remember? If I don't remember, how can I apply in my daily life? But what is the way? Just every day, listening and learning. Just another 10 or 15 minutes of contemplation and reflection, and that is done. So then Master used to say that when you are doing it for weeks, months, and years, you develop in a tremendous faith and conviction. Why tremendous faith and conviction? Because your life has changed. You feel more calm. But during the journey, you may have many setbacks. May have, sometimes you get into the emotional reaction, then you remember and it is gone. That is, I'm just giving a very applied aspects of the first 8 steps. So we learn from impulsive nature, I have done it, habitual, and then I change it. I don't carry forward. And then we don't forget to contribute. Contribute means now the contribution in yajna we have studied contribution, but I see I'm contributing to the calmness of my daughter by not reacting. You think in this way. She is 100% wrong. I see that this is my way of perception, but still, it is possible. And if that is possible in every situation, I can bet you it takes time. A slight disturbance inside, a slight reaction inside. It has already destroyed everything, but outside the intellect is very clever. It tries to manage the situation. Master is asking that I remain as I am. Status quo is maintained. Think of this, how that state of consciousness inside. You may think of a person with whom you have jealousy and a hatred, and you say to your mind that I want to invite him or her, or I have to go to her. And then your mind instantly says, oh, I will definitely react. He has done something wrong. But now here is a problem and here is the challenge. It happened to me, so I sent an email last week that yeah, I'm recalling it, it was very interesting. Yeah, regarding an appointment, somebody posted me on the LinkedIn, and I just wrote that if you find there is a value in what you are going to talk to me, I am fixing an appointment with you. You have to do. We have to live into that state all the time with these 8 steps. You have to digest, you have to assimilate, you have to, your life, outer life, your expression changes completely. But why? Again, answer the why. Because every time I wake up to the world that is false, and I am introducing to the mind how to enter into the real self. If Buddha is full of compassion, he did not have 3 eyes, or he did not undergo any change in the body. Body remains the same. But because of that compassion, my regular lifestyle has also undergone a change. My body remains calm and relaxed because the mind is not agitated. So those changes, people talk about it that they are miracles. Sometimes the people is used to sit for 4 hours, 5 hours in meditation. It's not a miracle. It's very casual. It can happen to anyone. But again, I'm just hitting your intellect. But what we are doing, we are just doing satsang. We are doing satsang. We are studying Eastern wisdom to study ourselves. So the one master says satsang alone can help you liberate. that is explained in the first 8 steps. By listening and learning, contemplation and reflection, by regular practice, not only I understand likes and dislikes, and I also understand the path of the likes and dislikes towards attachment, and path of likes and dislikes as a state of discernment and dispassion. Okay, I like it, that's okay. It is not creating any kind of an obsession, so I like it. So one master says satsang alone can help you reach to that state. I'll show you. The book contains around 1500 pages, very thick, written almost about 2000 years ago in the story format. And they were the real stories. And then you have references in the metaphors. The master says there, listen to satsang only for 7 days from the teacher and you will be awakened. But here the master is saying, no, follow all the 40 steps. Fundamentally, all are come to the same point. What is the same point? Knowledge. Knowledge of the real self, self-knowledge. Hatha Yoga says in one way, Kundalini meditation says, but ultimately they satsang, they talk of the satsang. One satsang is that you heard, you understood, you contemplated and reflected. So that is also included in this 40 steps. Study Eastern wisdom to study myself. So this is basically a passive state. This demands an awareness. This demands an understanding. This demands a knowledge. But when I say you have to do the Shanti mantra, then you have to do it practically. So both belongs to the satsang. So normally the satsang, in ashrams, it happens, you listen to it, then you perform the karma yoga also in the ashram. So that is also a part of the satsang. So you have to find out that what are the aspects that is required. Every day you wake up in the morning, yes, another 5 or 10 minutes of the Shanti mantra, then you are listening and learning, or you have heard in the night, you remember, here is the principle. I have to apply it. And today I have to apply it in my life. That is going to change you practically. I've already made it clear. Intellectual understanding is one thing, its application is other. But when that master who says that you listen to it for 7 days. So listen to it every 7 days means that at least for 10 to 12 hours you are listening. For 7 days. So 10 hours, 7 days, it is 70 hours. And the master checks that your mind is not going anywhere. So that is meant again for another level of a seeker.
For Krishna and Arjuna, it takes few hours.
It takes, yeah.
It's a battlefield.
Yeah, it takes few hours. Yes. But Krishna and Arjuna, it takes few hours. It took almost 20, more than 20 hours, 20 years, because I was not listening every day, but yeah, I used to go to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and used to return. And then I used to forget. So yes, you can count on it took 20 years. So that is another way to put it. And at least, in that case, the Krishna is Arjuna was lucky, or you can say Arjuna was a great seeker. He did not do any practice.
But he was in a position where he have no choice. He didn't see any future.
Yes. So yes, you're right. But even in that choice, people get more frustrated. People react, but he was so much focused. And in the 18th chapter of the Gita, he says, my delusion has gone now. What is the delusion? Now I don't think that I have to kill who are my brothers and sisters, and brothers and friends and parents and uncles and aunt. How come? It is the battle of dharma. It is the battle of the righteousness. Outer situation remained the same. It is the same guys whom he killed. So he was in a bit of delusion that how can I kill those people?
So he didn't make any choice, just see the situation and act as it should be.
Fact is that when there is no delusion and ignorance in the mind, you are in the state of choiceless. You make a choice. Tiger is chasing you. You make a choice. It is choiceless choice. It is a choiceless choice. Whether I live or the tiger lives. If we both are only two people, one is tiger and one is me, and they are facing each other. So it's a choiceless choice. But in that choice, there is no conflict. There is no duality and a conflict. At a very casual level, I have an urge, so I go to the washroom. It is a choiceless choice. I'm performing an action, but at the same time, I'm not the doer. I have that clarity. No, I have worked for 3 hours. Let me grab a cup of tea. Yes, you grab a cup of tea. No, I have to continue. Yes, let me continue. So can I have that state of the mind which Arjuna reached very fast? First, Arjuna said that I'm not going to fight. Why? So he gave the reason. My uncle is there, my brothers are there, and even my guru is there on the opposite side who is ready to fight. How can I fight with my guru, my grandparents?
So it's a moral principle and real situation, the conflict between.
Yes. You can say yes. So yes, you are coming very close to it, but we have to explain it. The moral situation with whom can you say to the tiger, please, I'm very moral, don't kill me? Can you teach the morality to the criminals and who is obsessed with the possessions? The answer is no. So that is what the Krishna said to the Arjuna, what the heck you are talking about the morality? You are talking about the ethics? And there the Krishna says you are important. That is why you are talking of the morality and important and ethics. The entire army is not following any kind of morality. They are not ready to give even the 5 villages. You have a birthright, you have an inherent right. They are not giving. So they are totally immoral, and you are talking of the immorality. So you cannot talk of the morality, those who are already immoral. They will kill you. Arjuna tried to convince Krishna that, why should I fight? I will go to the forest and live there. So he said, you are coward. You are not entering into the karma yoga. These are the moments of doing the karma yoga. I don't know whether it happens or not. I don't know. I don't take any responsibility. So in a group session, one guy told me that, he is forced into the army in your country. So can I pray? I said, yes, I will definitely pray. So I prayed, and the next week he was also in the session. So he was thrown out of the army. He might have been thrown out because of his inability and certain, but I get the credit. Now there is another problem. Now because I get the credit, so people are deluded. So now the second guy is also asking me to pray, and I'll say that I will pray. Now the problem is that at least at one time I will fail. But I'm not failing.
So you always can say that exactly this one was too much seeks and not right.
So, that is how the many masters manipulate people. Yeah, this is manipulation.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I will do it. My brother was forced into the army, but now you have to. That is why I asked you last time the question. It happened just in 2 weeks ago. And now, and if her wish is not fulfilled, she will say that, he doesn't like me. So the Arjuna realized this. When Krishna said that you are important, he saw the confusion. He was in a state of delusion. Remember, this is the summary of the topic today. You raised this question at a right point. You are deluded, you are in tremendous anxiety, you are in obsession, you are in reacting, but at the same time, your intellect is still seeking a solution by the knowledge. That mindset Arjuna had. Because if I have that mindset, it means the one part of my intellect is still aware and seeking a right solution. And the other part is full of delusion and confusion. This is what Arjuna says to the Krishna, and there the Gita begins. So the Arjuna says, I'm totally confused, I'm deluded, I do not understand. What he said is so good. We should always keep in mind, in order to reach to the higher level of the spiritual evolution. Arjuna says, I'm confused, I'm deluded, I understand what you said me important, I agree with you. Then Arjuna said two things. O Krishna, from now you are not my friend, you are my guru. Total acceptance. Acceptance means that now I will follow you. No question asked. But then he said, he is very clear about the definition of a guru also. So what he said, that from today you are my guru. Please guide me what is right, good, and proper to me and my life. You know what is this right, proper, and good? I'm explaining in English, but it is the path of the Shreyas, not prayas. Look at it.